Hi everyone, this is Joseph Trambulo, physiotherapist here over at CrossFit Markham. And here's Coach Asday, here again to give you some helpful tips for mobility so you can have a great workout in 16.4. Some of the main movements in 16.4 are deadlifts, wall balls, rows, as well as handstand push-ups. So we're going to talk about some of these elements so you could get the maximum mobility and have a great workout. So deadlifts. One of the key things that we need to have with the deadlifts is a really effective hip hinge, right? So if you don't have great hamstring mobility, glute mobility, as well as hip mobility, you're going to just really fail. You might end up having some pain, but really not perform well. So what we're going to do is work on these key components. So what we're going to do is we're going to release our hamstrings. So just face that way. Okay, so what you can use is a foam roller. You can use lacrosse ball, baseball, anything like that. So as Coach Asday is doing right now, she's rolling over her hamstrings, really just helping to release the hamstrings, release any adhesions that you may have, right? And so you could get like really good muscle extensibility, and you can work up towards the glutes as well. Perfect. So about like 5 or 6 repetitions is good, but everybody has different mobility requirements. So if you need to do a little bit more, take your time to do it. Okay? Now the next thing that we need to do is to stretch these muscles out. So what Coach Asday is going to do is sit with your legs nice and straight, back nice and straight because you're going to be hinging in the deadlift. Okay? And now you're going to be nice and tall, Coach Asday, and then bend forward. You want to imagine that you bring your belly button towards your knees. Okay? Once you reach your limit, right, what you want to do, go is hold on your calves there. Now take a huge deep breath and breathe out. Good. Again, taking a deep breath will help your muscles relax so you can get the maximum range of motion in this movement. Good. Excellent. So the next thing that we want to really focus on is low back mobility. Okay, so when you're in the rows, you don't want your back to be tightening up as you're doing that last bit of extension. So one thing that you want to do, lie down on your stomach. Okay, really great thing for your mobility is sloppy push-ups. So actually get your hands a little bit more further forward. Perfect. And now come back up. Good. Now take a nice exhale. Breathe out. Good. And down. What this will do, this will allow you to get maximum mobility out of that low back so you get that extension, especially at the end part of that row. And down. Perfect. 5 or 6 times would be great. So now go ahead and lie down on your back. So now what we want to do is we want to be able to help to release our shoulders. So being able to release our lats, right, is going to be really important to get that full extension. So what we're going to do here, Coach Asday is just rolling over her lats here, right, doing some soft tissue work. Now another thing that you could do is do a little bit of active release. So you can pick a point and then bring your hand all the way down and up like this. So if you find that there's like a more painful or tender point, really focus on that one point and just move through the motion. Okay? And then what you want to do is also get thoracic extension. So especially once you're, go ahead, like that. So especially when you're doing your wall balls and handstand push-ups, you want to be able to get full extension into the end range. So what Coach Asday is going to do is extend and come back up. Extend, come back up. And you want to do this about 3 to 4 times each level, right? Working from either the top of the thoracic spine down to the bottom of the rib cage or from the bottom of the rib cage up, right? One thing you want to make sure is that your glutes are down on the ground so you can get full range of motion. Perfect. All right, so now, one key thing that I always harp on is making sure that you have great mobility. So when you're doing at the bottom of the wall balls, you need to have great ankle mobility as well as hip mobility through here. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on the ankles. So if you could. Perfect. Oh, let's get that there. Perfect. Thanks. So what you want to do here is get as much tension as you safely can on the back of the ankle. Make sure that the base of the ankle is on the ground, and you just want to flex as far as you can. What the band will do, it'll help to take that soft tissue and help to get you with a little bit more range of motion. So when you're at the bottom of that wall ball, you have full range of motion, your ankles won't want to pop up. Perfect. Okay, now what we want to do is work on the hips as well, so you can transition from here directly to the hips. So with this one, as you've seen in previous weeks, you want to get it right in the hip joint. Go as far as you safely can. Okay, and the key thing here is to get full flexion. So really try to bring your chest deep down into your thigh. And what that'll do, that'll help to clear up that hip joint so you get full end range, so you won't get that pinch at the bottom of that wall ball. Perfect. Excellent. Release. Now, next thing we want to do is we want to be able to release our hip flexion. So get down into a lunge position here. Okay, perfect. So one of the key things that we want to do here is make sure we have that posterior pelvic tilt. Okay, thank you. Posterior pelvic tilt, and you want to come forward, right? Make sure that your body's nice and straight, and you're getting a stretch mainly through the front part of the hip and the quad. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Do that for about 5 breaths of 30 seconds. So these are all the tips that are going to help you through 16.4. If you have any questions or anything, you can check me out on my Instagram page, on Facebook. And if you have any questions, send me out a comment, a question. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Good luck at 16.4. Kick some butt.